Hello YouTube, Wheelchair21 here, and this is Kamen Rider Fourze Module Set 3 for the SHF Figuarts line. In this set comes Shield, Chain Array, Wrench, Stealth, and Gattling. And you have on the back a display of all the modules activated on Fourze at that time. And let's go right into this lime green box. And here is some extra hands for the Chain Array and Wrench switch. Gatling, Stealth, Shield, Chain Array, and, well, Wrench. And they're little module replacement pieces that I don't like using because they're small, they get lost easily, and they're annoying. And let's go right into this so we can show and display Kamen Rider Fourze with these amazing switches and modules. Alright, let's do this thing. I'm gonna, however, start off with the leg pieces. This is the Gatling module, where he will usually use this alongside launcher or use it in fire states. It is a giant chain gun attached to his leg. It doesn't move, it doesn't swivel, it doesn't even rotate. Pretty much it just attaches to his leg and looks nice. Well, let's go right into attaching it to his leg. Alright, well, Kamen Rider Fourze comes also with this little weird grasping hand to actually have it that he holds the gun in place while firing at it. It's kind of awkward to have him hold it because he's all hunched over and looks like he's, trying to, tackle you at the sidelines of a football game or try to Greco-Roman wrestle you into the ground and be all Kurt Angle-like. So, it's kind of weird. The whole thing is pretty long for a chain gun. It's a regular size minigun. Looks pretty nice, looks cool. I really like the module. It's one of my favorites from the set next to Shield. And let's go right into the next one, which is Stealth. I'm just going to keep Gatling on for now as well. Radar falls out. Well, okay, I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back with the Stealth switch, which is number 21, which is technically one of my favorite switches because it just is number 21 and is a Black Hawk. No, it's not a Black Hawk, but it's a Blackbird, or, no, not Blackbird. A Nighthawk or whatever, stealth jet based switch, so it's really cool because it's a stealth bomber and I like that plane also. So it's pretty cool and all. The switch, it uses him for, making him invisible, so then he's all like, "You can't see me. You can't see me." So it's a cool switch. It's not the best. It's only used when he wants to go invisible for like a brief few seconds and then, hits you from behind, hits you from wherever he can, so you can't really get a hold of him. And it's just a really nice little basic switch attachment, and it's easy thing that you could probably walk around with unlike a lot of his other leg switches, which makes it illogical to be able to jump and kick and such. So I really like this switch, really like a lot of these switches in this set, and let me just continue by going right to Chain Array since it's the only right-handed switch. Here is Chain Array. It's one of the best switches in this entire set because it's nice and bronze. And it's based on an old-style chain mace, so it actually has a nice little hard plasticky metal chain, and it actually does swivel and sway, and is actually a battle mace. See, it actually sways around and actually is used to beat people with. So this one is a great accessory to use a lot of the time from this set next to Shield. So I'm just going to quickly pop out his hand and arm and pop this right on and show you what it looks like displayed. And here we are, Fourze with using the Chain Array actually on. It's easy to clip this off and pop in the arm and hand. And, well, pretty much the best way to actually display it, since it can't really swivel or unless you have like a Tamshi stage, is to have him hold it in the hand. And when I usually see the switch or the hammer switch, you always know it's clobbering time. Because once you be hit with this, you'd probably be dead in real life. This thing would just bash in your freaking brains. And being that it's on a Kamen Rider, you're surely going to get your ass beat. It's one of the best, really. It's honestly, I can't say this enough. It's one of my most favorite and best modules. This switch set, they actually gave you a slew of switches. Because, you take off this arm, and you can just pop in Shield, and you got a good combo as the radar switch flies off again. Alright, and now we're back with Fourze with his amazing Shield switch. The shield module is another favorite of mine because it's just a nice bricked spaceship designed shield, and pretty much he uses shield in unison a lot with chain array, hammer, elect states, anything that has a knight-like weaponry or gladiator-like accessory. He will usually use it in combat with. So it's a really nice combination of abilities, of modules, of weapons. I mean, it really, really brings out, like, the child in you, because you grow up, like, liking knights and swordsmen and such. So, being, like, really being a admirer of those fantasy and, historical, like, films with, like, gladiators, knights, and stuff, you actually get a grasp of how well his accessory is for being even a Kamen Rider based in the modern era, futuristic era of, you know, space travel and such. So, to go back and actually use weapons of, you know, ancient times and unison quite well is a great combination of a true warrior, in a sense. So I really do admire these weaponry and attachments. And as I move on to the final thing, which is Wench, you'll see it's actually better than expected.
Alright,
it's Kamen Rider Hook. Nah, it's still Fourze. But anyways, this switch is the Wench switch module, and the cool thing about it is it's a giant tow cable hook accessory, which at first I thought it wasn't going to actually have an extension ability. It just looked like everything was molded on, until I actually saw this piece in the box. This nice little wire flexed tow cable hooked accessory, which really made me ecstatic just to know that the hook is removable and actually has some flexible, like, hooking features to be like a crane and an actual wench. You just pop this out and plug this right in. And so, boom, here he is with his nice hooking feature. He picks stuff up with it, hooks stuff with it. You can actually have him looking like he's trying to, like, you know, scale a building or something, or pull a car out of a ditch while trying to escape, you know, Jurassic Park, and then end up being eaten by a dinosaur. Goddamn Newman. This is what happens when you're not working with Kramer. Anyways, this wrench switch, actually, I thought it was going to be the worst switch out of the entire set, but actually came to be one of my third favorites or something. Like, at least in this set, I am actually pleased with every switch that was actually given and added to this arsenal. I mean, the chain array, as I try to get the shield up, the chain array, the Gatling, the shield, and the stealth switch, along with the Wench switch, are amazing. I mean, this is probably the best module set we are going to get, like, out of the basic module set line. It's better than 1, it surpasses 2 in several ways, and I don't even think 4 is going to come close. I really just am amazed at the fact that they were able to contribute a lot of the best switches in the show together, and I am just applauding this. This one is worth the buy rather than 1 or 2. 1 is needed because it's the majority of his main-based switches. 2 is just slightly basic, and 3 is the ones he's usually exceeded in using the most, or succeeded in using the most, and in unison with others. So I find this set to be a worthwhile, worth the buy, crazy amazing module set. So this has been Wheelchair 21. Subscribe, like, favorite, comment, do whatever. Follow me on Twitter. Check out Toku Anime News, and check out anyone who is a part of Toku Anime News. So we'll see you next time.